Hi everyone. So welcome back. We are on the day 28. What does it mean? Now we are in the verge of completion of 4 week. So as you can see, the time passes by. We learned a lot of things. First, we learned about UX designing. Then we learned about front-end development part to build a static reactivity of the application. Now for the project, we have started working on the backend and we are building APIs. So till now, we have built two APIs, that is login and sign up. So let's just check the Jira where we are tracking what are the things that need to be done. Then we start progressing towards that. So in the backend development, what we can see, we are in the API development part. So let's make it in progress. And now we have done with user and we have to start with the profile. So let's say we want to do it in progress. And we will also see the code. So you can see we have initialized all of this. We have set up the configurations. And now we're working on the users.py where we are creating the APIs. So so let's make another API in which we name it profile.py, because if later phase if we require, we can do all of those things. So let's start. So what are the things we require? Again, it requires all of these things except few. So we will change that. Like we do not require this security part now, and also we do not require this, but we require JWT required and get current user. So what are these two things? So when we use these two things, what happens that uh, anything that is stored using an access token is stored to this part. Now we can use that thing. So what we will do, we will create a profile class. Resource. So spelling error. Sorry for that. This contains the profile API methods and its operations. Business logic. So now, first thing is def get. So why get? Because we are just sending the data, and for a sending purpose, we require @JWT required. Now, what we do? We send the data from the database. So which database? The database is user. Users.query dot filter by username equals to username. But where does username come from? So that will come from the parser. So let's first define this method. This is the get method to send the profile data. Now again parser equals to what we will do. It's the same code, so we will just copy paste it. So that we will not waste more time on that. And instead of that, we will use username. And similarly, what we will do for arguments. And we will add that. And here it should be username for this username. And dot first. Now, if, and this should be a temporary user. Or you can write user instead of temporary user. Now, if user, it means if user exists, then it should return with a message data fetched successfully. And in the data, you will see another data form, which is first thing, what are the things in this part? So first thing is the username. So that will be the username itself. Then we will send password. So it doesn't know about password. Where does it come from? It comes from user.password. So now password is hashed. So we want to unhash it as well. So first let's send the normal password, hashed password itself. And we will do that part in the when we are changing the data. So now next thing is email. So email will be user.email. And now phone. Phone will be user.phone. So this is the thing. And if user not found, what we should do? We should do return with a message user not found. And status code for it is 404. 404. Now we are also checking these things. So again we will use this. So this is one of the method. We are ready with that. And also what we do for this configuration file, right now you can see this code. But in production, we don't send this thing. So what to do with this? So for that, we will create, we will create one of the file that is known as .env, where we store the environment variable, which doesn't go into the production directly, but we set there in their OS variables or environment variables. So here, what we say, we will say app secret key is equals to, let's say, socio connect. And we want to use it in the configuration file. So what we do? First we will import OS, then we will import from .env import load env, and now we will load env. And here is the, it should be JWT secret key. So it should be JWT secret key. That will be os.environment.get. Now we have to add this part .env. So where we will go? We will go backend. What we will do? Source venv slash bin slash activate. Now Python 3 pip install. So we have to install that package. That's our requirement.txt. So let's wait for a few minutes. By the time, let's make its def get function. Get function will be similar. Now it will be put. This is the put method to update the profile data or profile slash user data. By the time it happens, let's run this file, python 3 app.py. I guess there is some error in the load env, so let's check that. Check for error, and it will check for error for load env. I guess it should be load underscore env. It should be load dot env. Now it will run. Yeah, it is running. So let's make it for this as well. In the profile, now if it is there, what we will do? We will do user dot username is equals to name. user dot phone equals to user dot phone. User dot email is equals to email. User dot password is equals to password. So now what we will do, we will generate hash password. For that we will use from work dot security quote generate hash password. So we will do one thing. If user dot password not equals to password, then it will happen generate hash password. db.session.commit control C, by the time we have built this. Now similarly we will do the testing and we will also make sure this thing, and now you can see, now we will state this as data updated successfully. Which spelling is mistake. So there is an update, so it should be some 202. That's all. So it's running, so we know that it will be running. The data will be sent when we send the request. So that's all for today. We have completed with the profile and we have also done with the user table. From tomorrow we will look into the another thing, and that will be, let's check on the track, and we have completed with the profile, and from tomorrow we will look into the post. Okay, so thank you for staying with me. Thank you.